A PN junction is known as a semiconductor diode or crystal diode. A crystal diode is usually represented by the schematic symbol as shown here. The arrow in the symbol indicates the direction of easier conventional current flow. So this is the arrowhead and this is bar. Arrowhead is P side and bar is N side. Here different types of diodes are given. First one, general purpose diode, like this. Next, surface mount high power pin diode. Next, power dot diode. Next, power planar diode, like this. Next, beam lead pin diode. Next, flat chip surface mount diode. Next, power diode. Next, power disc pop diode. While using a crystal diode, it is often necessary to know which end is arrowhead and which end is bar. For this purpose, some methods are available. As shown in figure 1, some manufacturers actually paint the symbol on the body of the diode, like this. And sometimes red and blue marks are used on the body of the crystal diode. Red mark denotes arrow, whereas blue marks indicates bar, as shown in the figure 2. Now let us discuss about ideal versus practical diode. In previous video, we discussed that a PN junction will permit a generous flow of charge when forward biased and a very small level of current when reverse biased. Both conditions are reviewed in this figure. In figure A, the diode is acting like a closed switch, permitting a generous flow of charge in the direction indicated. In figure B, the level of current is so small in most cases that it can be approximated as 0 ampere and represented by an open switch. In other words, the semiconductor diode behaves in a manner similar to a mechanical switch in that it can control whether current will flow between its two terminals. However, it is important to also be aware that the semiconductor diode is different from a mechanical switch in the sense that when the switch is closed, it will only permit current to flow in one direction. So this practically happens. Now let us discuss about what happens in case of ideal diode. Ideally, if the semiconductor diode is to behave like a closed switch in the forward bias region, the resistance of the diode should be 0 ohm. In the reverse bias region, its resistance should be infinity ohm to represent the open circuit equivalent. Now we will discuss about resistance level of diode. First one is DC or static resistance. The application of a DC voltage to a circuit containing a semiconductor diode will result in an operating point on the characteristics curve that will not change with time. Okay, the resistance of the diode at the operating point can be found simply by finding the corresponding levels of VD and IT. It's shown here, and applying the equation RD equals to VD upon IT. Remember, the DC resistance level at the knee and below will be greater than the resistance levels obtained for the vertical range section of the characteristics. The resistance levels in the reverse bias region will naturally be quite high. Since ohm meters typically employ a relatively constant current source, the resistance determined will be at a present current level, typically a few milliamperes. In general, therefore, the higher the current through a diode, the lower is the DC resistance level. Next is AC or dynamic resistance. From previous discussion, we clear that the DC resistance of a diode is independent of the shape of the characteristics in the region surrounding the point of interest. If a sinusoidal rather than a DC input is applied, the situation will change completely. The varying input will move the instantaneous operating point up and down a region of the characteristics and thus defines a specific change in current and voltage as shown here. With no applied varying signal, the point of operation would be the Q point appearing here, determined by the applied DC levels. The designation Q point is derived from the word quiescent, which means still or unvarying. A straight line drawn tangent to the curve through the Q point is shown here. This is the tangent, which will define a particular change in voltage and current that can be used to determine the AC or dynamic resistance for this region of the diode characteristics. An effort should be made to keep the change in voltage and current as small as possible and equidistant to either side of the Q point. In the equation form, RD equals to delta VD upon delta IT, where delta signifies a finite change in the quantity. The steeper the slope, the lower is the value of delta VD for the same change in delta ID, and the lower the resistance. The AC resistance in the vertical rise region of the characteristics is therefore quite small, whereas the AC resistance is much higher at lower current levels. In general, therefore, the lower the Q point of operation, the higher is the AC resistance. Remember this one. If the input signal is sufficiently large to produce a broad swing, the resistance associated with the device for this region is called the average AC resistance. The average AC resistance is by definition the resistance determined by a straight line drawn between two intersections established by the maximum and minimum values of input voltage. So R average equals to delta VD upon delta ID. For example, from this figure we will calculate R average equals to delta VD upon delta ID equals to 0.075 volt upon 15 milliampere. So R average equals to 5 ohm. Remember, as with the DC and AC resistance levels, the lower the level of currents used to determine the average resistance, the higher is the resistance level. Now let us discuss about equivalent circuit of crystal diode. First one is piecewise linear equivalent circuit. One technique for obtaining an equivalent circuit for a diode is to approximate the characteristics of the device by straight line segment, as shown here. The resulting equivalent circuit is called a piecewise linear equivalent circuit. It should be obvious from the figure that the straight line segment do not result in an exact duplication of the actual characteristics, especially in the knee region. However, the resulting segments are sufficiently close to the actual curve to establish an equivalent circuit that will provide an excellent fast approximation to the actual behavior of the device. For the sloping section of the equivalence, the average AC resistance is the resistance level appearing in the equivalent circuit. In essence, it defines the resistance level of the device when it is in the on state. The ideal diode is included to establish that there is only one direction of conduction through the device, and a reverse bias condition will result in the open circuit state for the device. Since a silicon semiconductor diode does not reach the conduction state until Vt reaches 0.7 volt with a forward bias, a battery Vk opposing the conduction direction must appear in the equivalent circuit, as shown here. This is Vk. The battery simply specifies that the voltage across the device must be greater than the threshold battery voltage before conduction through the device in the direction detected by the ideal diode can be established. When conduction is established, the resistance of the diode will be the specified value of R average. Keep in mind, however, that Vk in the equivalent circuit is not an independent voltage source. If a voltmeter is placed across an isolated diode on the top of a lab bench, a reading of 0.7 volt will not be obtained. The battery simply represents the horizontal offset of the characteristics that must be exceeded to establish conduction. Next, simplified equivalent circuit. For most applications, the resistance R average is sufficiently small to be ignored in comparison to the other elements of the network. Removing R average from the equivalent circuit is the same as implying that the characteristics of the diode appear as shown here. The reduced equivalent circuit appears here. It states that a forward biased silicon diode in an electronic system under DC conditions has a drop of 0.7 volt across it in the conduction state at any level of diode current. Next one is ideal equivalent circuit. Now that R average has been removed from the equivalent circuit, let us take the analysis a step further and establish that a 0.7 volt level can often be ignored in comparison to the applied voltage level. In this case, the equivalent circuit will be reduced to that of an ideal diode as shown here with its characteristics.